really sorry. I don't know. The live was actually muted all this while, and it wasn't producing any sound. I don't know. It wasn't producing any sound. I just got to know now, and it's really of no use leaving it to play up to this 15 minutes without any sound or something. So leaving it to play up to this 15 minutes without any sound or something. So I just our network today seems frustrating, but we're here. So I want to welcome you all with this beautiful song, with this amazing song. Don't mind my voice. I'm not a very perfect singer. Just dwell on the song itself, on the lyrics, the words I say. Dwell on them. Do re my do re my do. Mom dim ji biwa. Do re my do re my do. Mom na ha so biwa. Mom dim ji biwa. Do re my do re my do. Mom dim jani si. Do re my do re my do. Mwandim jekike do remind do remind. Mwandim sarabiwa do remind. Okwarisi ke kam na chom. Okwifoma kam na chom. Okwagam niru kam na yo. Fakwa kunife wenwe o. Kwarisi ke kam na chom. Okwifoma kam na yo. Ọkwagam n'iru kam na yo fakwaku n'ife nwenwe o dori my do mmụọ m dị nsọrọ bi ụwa dori my do my beautiful queen mother dori my do mmụọ mụ na agha so bi ụwa mmụọ ndị m jekike dori my do Mom dim je manu do remind do Mom dim je kike do remind do Mom dim sarabiwa do remind Okwaru isi ke kam na yo Okwifoma kam na yo Okwagam niru kam na yo Fokwaku n'ife wenwe o Kwarisi ke kam na yo Okwa ifoma kam na yo Kwagam niru kam na yo Ifakaku n'ife wenwe o. I welcome you out to our beautiful live stream program. If today is the first time you're joining us or you're tuning in, I am called Electric Oracle, or you call me Electrical Mabara. Oku Mabara Jafozo. Don't forget, we have our spiritual store is wide open, and we have very beautiful, amazing, effective spiritual products. When it has to do with spiritual products, we have them in quantum, and we deliver within and outside the country. So distance is not a barrier at all. And if you want to walk into the store to feed your eyes and perhaps take a look on everything we have on all our products, we are at Ochendo Road, Amici, Nnewi South in Anambra State. You're very welcomed anytime, any day. And we'll also have our favor soap. Our favor soaps are very effective. Our Nchaochu is also very effective. Our favor oils are very effective. Attractive oils are very effective. We have very beautiful, amazing, effective spiritual products in the store. So I am thinking of doing a tour in the store. So I'll be uploading the video very soon. So you can always tell me what you want when it has to do with spiritual products, and boom, we have it delivered to you, sent to you as soon as possible. Having said this, also don't forget. So, having said all this, as our topic said, steps to take in starting your spiritual journey? What are the steps to take in starting your spiritual journey? I know a whole lot of people will actually be curious. A whole lot of people will actually want to know. A whole lot of people are on this table of not knowing where to start from, of not knowing the first thing to do. A whole lot of you have actually gone for consultation and you've been told, yeah, you are a spiritual person, you have a spiritual call, you go and start your spiritual work, go and start your journey. So many people will be confused as to which one do I do first. A whole lot of things. I go sharagin puna sheko. Everything you need to do, everything you need to do, everything you need to put in place. But where do you start from as a person? This is what we want to do, what to talk about today. Yeah, the question came from our last live stream. That was when the question came, when I said, if you have any confusing topic or anything you want me to treat about, you simply drop it in the comment section. If I find it very educative as to everybody will learn from it, this is something like a general problem that everybody is facing, simple, I will treat it so we will all do what? Share and benefit from the knowledge and idea too. All right. The first thing to do while starting your spiritual journey, the first thing to do while starting your spiritual journey is, first and foremost, you align with your chi. You align with your chi. From our previous last live stream, which was past Sunday, I talked about the importance of one aligning with his or her chi. Chi in Igbo is the person that came back in form of you. Let's say your reincarnator. Why is this reincarnator very necessary? Why is it the first step, and why is it very necessary that you must welcome this person that came back in form of you? As Igbos, we always say, Chi onye adinizu. Chi onye adinizu. If oneme anahe wisi. If your chi is not in agreement with anything you're doing in this life, be it business, be it spiritual wise, be it working, be it financial, be it marriage, be it anything whatsoever, if your chi is not in agreement with anything you are doing in life, whatsoever thing it is you are doing will not be successful. Whatsoever thing you are doing will not come out fruitful. No matter the effort you put in to that thing you're doing, so far, for the fact your chi is not in agreement, your chi did not sign that thing you're doing, it will never come out fruitful. That is why it is the first thing, if you don't know the person that came back in form of you, if you don't know your reincarnator, if you were not opportuned to hear who reincarnated you or who came back in form of you through your grandparents or through your parents, that is what Alpha consultation is for. That is the essence of Alpha consultation. You go for consultation to find out who came back in form of you. And when you do what? Welcome this person. Then, both of you will now work collectively. That spirit will now possess you fully. That spirit will now walk through you fully, so well that every other thing you do will do what? Fall into place. This is the first thing to do. Then the second thing to do is going for taboo cleansing. What is taboo cleansing? Taboo cleansing is, let's say, as a young lady, let me give you an instance. As a young lady, let's say you go for abortion. Let's say you've done 1 or 2 abortions, or let's say you did not even do these abortions by yourself. Let's say your friend, somebody you know, came to you telling you this is the problem they are having. I miss my period. I'm not see period again. What do you advise I should do? The guy is denying. I'm not even sure who the person is, this story or that story. And you now, as a person, out of maybe you're trying to protect your friend, thinking you're protecting your friend, not knowing you're tying yourself down. Let's say you're trying to protect your friend, and you now tunyera this your friend arrow, advise this your friend, babe, why you want come bring shame come your family? Why this one want come happen? Now only you go carry this thing, no involve me, or go come all this thing now. Why you want to tie yourself down with pregnancy? You don't ready now for motherhood. This one happen, that one no happen. Go come all this thing. I get one doctor like that who I know for this place. Where be saying when you go, when I go terminate them, nothing will happen. You will come out successful. All those things, those kind of talks. Immediately you start you give your friend this kind of advice, and this your friend in question carries on with this your advice to terminate that pregnancy, you are also as guilty as that your friend that also committed this abortion. What is taboo? Taboo is doing what the land forbids. Taboo, another word for taboo is atrocity. Going against the land, going against humanity, doing what you will not be proud of. Let's say you do them in secret, feeling nobody's seeing you. After all, you're there alone. Nobody's seeing you. But you don't know that for the fact, you do. I tell people, everybody, you see, so many people will always be like, people don't like taking responsibilities for their actions. You see, people will intentionally hurt their fellow human being, intentionally go against the laws of the land, intentionally do things that are not pleasing to the ears, do things they cannot be proud of. And when you tell them, why did you do this? When they are caught in the act, they will look for ways. They will start looking for what to place their hands upon. They will start looking for what to say that happened to them, or what to say that did not happen to them. We all have this, our guardian angel, that is 24/7 active in us. Before you offend this guardian angel to the point that this guardian angel no longer speaks to you, you go don't know what thing you do. What am I saying in essence? When you're doing things that is not right, as a person, you know that this thing you're doing is not right. That spirit, when you kill somebody, when you conspire, when you take things by force from people, when you take things by tricks from people, as a person, your conscience will always judge you. This thing you did is not good. This thing you did is not right. Even when you try to suppress that spirit, but with time, when everywhere is still calm, you will still hear that same spirit telling you that this thing you did is not good or is not right. So doing those things that the land forbids are called atrocities. They are called taboo. And for you to have killed somebody, abortion is killing. Abortion is taking of life. It is killing. Killing is killing. For you to have done this, let's say as a young person, as a young man, it is not just in the part of the women only. Let's say as a young man, you're not ready for marriage yet. Your girlfriend then comes to you, babe, I don't get beleo. How we go do and not tell me that kind of story. No even involve me. You be small picking. You know, not say they drink medicine. I better go come out this thing. No can ruin my future. This one happened. That one did not happen. Even you too, as a man, you also need to go for taboo cleansing. You also need to go for taboo cleansing. Let's say also as a young man, you know that you are not the legitimate, the rightful owner of this or that. Maybe because of open eyes, you use open eyes, you intimidate people, you take people's things by force, you force them into doing your bidding. Let's say you are married, you beat your wife, you do things that on a normal day you will not be proud of them. On a normal day, you cannot stand up in public and say, this is what I have done. You cannot stand up in public and say, this is who I am. Let me tell you something. For the fact you're doing those things, I don't want to mention names. I don't want to spell those things out. But you know yourself more than I do. For the fact you are doing those things, that is termed taboo, that is termed atrocities, those things that you're hiding to do. For the fact you're doing them, as a man, you derive pleasure in sleeping, in having affairs with another man's wife. You derive pleasure you derive pleasure in making out with younger girls. You derive pleasure in raping people just because you know the society. Most of our girls, they are scared of speaking out. How will the society see me? They will not see me that I've been raped before, I've been this, or I've been that. You take that advantage. You take advantage of people that come to you for help. You take advantage of people that come to you for you to assist them in one way or the other. You take advantage of them, wanting to collect something from them before you give them something. You take something from them before you give them something. Let's say you are into one or two occultic practices. You foresee people that have great future. You foresee people that have great destiny. You promise them ₦1 and you take millions from them. You promise them this and you take their glory. You steal their glory. You leave them empty. if you are in this category of people, go for taboo cleansing. Go for taboo cleansing. Even if you are spiritually gifted, let's say you have the mandate to save lives. Let's say you are a born spiritualist, but you've indulged in any of these things I said, knowingly or unknowingly, go for what? Taboo cleansing. There is no way you will start your spiritual journey having soiled your hands, with a soiled hands, with a soiled mind, and go for taboo cleansing and you desist from those things. You stop doing them. It is not after going for taboo cleansing you also go back to do them again, or it is not after going for taboo cleansing. It's just like somebody going for confession. It's just like somebody going for confession. Maybe you do so many bad things, then you go for confession first and foremost, then you go and do again, you come for another confession. This one is different. For you to be spiritually gifted, if you know there is for you to be for you that is spiritually gifted, this is a very important part. This is a very important part. It is a very important step that you need to take before you fully resume your spiritual work, so that you yourself in question that is on this path, when anything is done for you, when a spiritualist do one or two things for you, so that you can get the result, so that there will be positive results, and so that when you yourself also do one or two work too for people, so the people in question too can also get effective results from your work. Without this, you not get wetin they go do for you, we go work. There is no work that will be done for you that will work, and there is also no work that you yourself that you will do for people too that you. Thank you very much, sir. There is no work too that you yourself will also do for people too that will also work. There is no work that you yourself will also do for people that will also work. Then after taboo cleansing, please excuse me. After this taboo cleansing, what next? Then you start doing what? You proceed to what? To orumiri, to your water appeasement, to your water walk. All these things are step by step, step by step. Then you proceed to your water walk. You proceed for your water appeasement, for your water sacrifice, for your water welcoming. As a person that wants to resume, let's say you want to start your spiritual walk, then after this orumiri, which you cannot do by yourself, you need a spiritualist to do this for you. You need an already serving priest or priestess after doing the water work and everything for you. The next thing now is setting of your altar. Setting of your altar. After setting this your altar, then if you go for consultation, as a man, as a woman, after that, if you go for consultation too, and they say this deity needs you to come, that other deity needs you to come. Let's say the gods of your father's land want you to come and tell him or her what you are into. Let's say the gods of your mother's land want you to come to also tell them too what you are into, so that they can do what? Work with you, or they want to live with you. As simple as ABCD. You start doing what? As you're doing, you're going for consultation. As you're doing, you finish this process, you go for consultation. You check, this one, did it go well? They say, yes, it went well. You've entered another process. When you check, they say, this one, did it go well? Yes, it went well. You enter another process. That is how it is. That is how it is. One after the other. One after the other. Consultation, we do what? It is the duty of consultation to find out This is what is to be done. That is not what is to be done. This is what is to be done. That is not what to be done. Then if, as a person that wants to start their spiritual journey, let's say there is this deity you've been hearing of. Let's say, for example, you've been hearing of Omaluko Abatete, or you've been hearing of Habagolo, for example, or you've been hearing of Obuefi Idemili Agolo, for example. All these are deities. And you yourself that is hearing, you've been hearing, they are very powerful, they are very active when you call them, or you've been hearing of Oguguama or Iyogugwe Betete. All these are deities. And maybe you now say, I like this deity, I want to work with this deity, I want this deity to work for me, I want that deity to work for me. As simple as ABCD. First and foremost, go for consultation. Ask, this deity I want to go and carry, this deity I want to work with me, this deity I want to go and bring money or get bitangwa. Or you've been hearing of something like Ezenwa Isobale, and you say, okay, let me go. You first of all do consultation. Will this deity work for me? Will that deity work for me? Or you've heard of spirit like Udomenyam. All these are very effective, very powerful deities. You do your what? Do your research first. When this deity say yes, I will live with you. Simple. It is not all deities, it's not all spirits that you hear that are powerful that you go to acquire, that you go to bring in. There are some you will bring them in. Let's say your spirit, your chi, and actually don't want any other external gods. Just, let's say your water people, they don't want any other external god. Just concentrate on just them alone. Just them alone. Simple as ABCD. You concentrate on, you just work with only your water people. Then there are some people too that their elements allows them to bring in more. Having said this part now, but there is a major thing I want you guys to know. There is something very important I want you guys to know. If you know this, it will actually help you a whole lot in your spiritual journey. It will actually help you a lot in your, it will make your spiritual journey way easier for you. You stand to be on, you are at an advantage to people that don't know this. What is this I am talking about? As a person that is about embarking on his or her spiritual journey, yes, as a mariner that is called, we all have our gift of seeing, of vision. We all have our gift of vision. It is a natural gift from the Queen Mother to us all. Even if your own have not developed today, it will develop tomorrow. Even if you've not noticed your own now, there were times when those gifts were there. Let's say as you were growing up, as you were coming up with age, there were times when you were way younger, when you've not soiled your hands, when you've not gone against humanity, when you've not scared those spirits away from yours, when you've not pursued them, when you've not started indulging in one or two taboos, in one or two that made those elements leave you, when you were still pure, when you were still clean, those spirits were there. Those elements were there. There are times when you were way younger that when you see things in the dream, they happen exactly as you saw them. There are times when you were way younger that when you curse people, when you get angry, when somebody annoys you and you get angry, things start going very rough for the person. There are times when you were way younger that people call you Obanje, that they've taken you from one place, even your family, the family you came from, they've taken you from this place to that place, to that place, to that place, for one or two deliverance, telling you that delivering you from this Obanje spirit and from that other Obanje spirit. Those spirits were there with you when you were way younger. But along the line, I always tell people, if there is anything that mariners should, that the Queen Mother forbid so much, is mpito aka. As a married woman, your husband is not contented for you. Gilera nyeba, ilera nyeba. You sleep with this person, you sleep with that person. You're having multiple sexual partners. That spirit, they will leave you and go. And before you can call them back, before you can redeem, before you can appease them, before you can plead with them to come back, oh, my brother, my sister, no be today thing. No be today thing. Hana some pito aka. Immediately you start with that multiple sexual partners, you see them, they will leave you. They will leave you. So when they are now telling you now that you're spiritually gifted, you will start asking, but I don't see this, but I don't see that, but I don't say things and they happen, but I don't dream and they happen. This one happened, that one did not happen. You need to do when you're told this kind of thing. I always tell you people, onya fana agba, onya ntule, ana atule. When they're doing consultation for you, you too as a person, also be rethinking about what is being said to you. It is not everything you must agree on. It is not everything you must believe. You're not a dummy. You're not a doddy. You have your own God-given this thing. When they are telling you, to know if to continue or if to stop. So, most of our issues that we have in today's world is, there is something we call Godfather, Godfatherism or Godmother. It is in all sectors, both in the church sector, in the government sector, in our traditional sector. Everybody. I came across somebody one day, also on the internet too, saying that she doesn't have a godfather and she doesn't have a mentor. She doesn't have a mentor. After listening to that part, I stayed and I was thinking, who is directing you? Who is the successful person you see in life today has a mentor? Every successful person you see, every successful government person you see, every successful businessman you see, every successful spiritualist you see has a mentor. My godfather has his own godfather. His own godfather also have his own godfather. That is the chain. That is the chain. As young as you are, you feel you can do it on your own. What do you know? Aside from the fact that, you see, yes, your dream life is active. Yes. What other thing can you say? What other thing do you know when it has to do with spiritism? My godfather once asked me one day, he said to me, electric oracle, if somebody, that was, let's say, last 2 or 3 years, he said to me, if somebody comes to you, let's say a couple comes to you for 1 or 2 problems, and you do your findings, you do consultation for them, and find out that the problem is as a result of one partner. Let's say the woman is cheating in the marriage, or the man is cheating in the marriage. He is the one bringing, it is the energy, that element, that negative energy that he's bringing back to the family, that is causing downfall, that is causing stagnation, that is making them not to progress, that is making them not to prosper. Let's say you did your findings in the presence of this husband and wife, and you find this out. How do you communicate to them? How do you tell them this is where their problem is coming from? As simple as ABCD. I told him I will tell them, the woman is cheating. The woman is cheating, she should stop cheating. Or I will tell them that the man is cheating, he's the reason why they are not progressing. Then he laughed at me, and he told me that I will end up doing what? Scattering family, scattering marriage, scattering people's homes. It is called what? Wisdom. Then he now said that there is a way for you to put that word. You don't say it as it is, because if you say it as it is, definitely their marriage will end. their marriage will end. So you now that they came to, that they are seeing or they are looking up to as Chiham Afuanya, as the God they are seeing, what they need from you is for you to do what? Apply diplomacy. Be intellectual in handling issues like this. Look for a way to go around it and not spilling it as it is. Let me now say, for instance, nobody mentored me, nobody tutored me, and this kind of scenario comes to my table, and I simply say it as it is. What do you now think will happen to the family? Exactly as he said, their home will break. And 100 years, they will always remember they came to me for consultation, and that is how they got to know the truth. Most problems we are having in our today's life is that we are in a haste, we are in a rush, we want to acquire everything the same time. One of my godfather's friend once said to me that they went to his place when he was working. He then said to me, you're very smart, take your chair, don't stay in this place where I'm working, take your chair, go to another place, go and stay. I don't want you to be seeing what I'm doing. So simple. I obeyed. I took my chair and I left where they were, and I went another side. So when they now finished and I now came back, when it was just the two of us, me, him, my godfather, then I said to him, why did you ask me to leave when you were working? He answered me very bluntly. He was blunt and he said, do you know how many years it took him to get to this stage? He said to me, do you know how many people I served? Do you know how many people I stayed under before he got to this stage? He then started mentioning for me. He said he served the first person 11 years. The second person, he stayed with the person for 8 years. The third person, he stayed with the person for 8 years too. Calculate 8, 16 years plus 11 years. How many years did he serve somebody? Almost 20-something years that he served people, just so that he can be perfect in his work, just so that when people brings any sort of work for him, he will deliver fully, just so that when he indulge in any kind or any type of spiritual work, he will come out successful. You see people today, spiritual work, I tell people, it is not like buying and selling. It is not like buying and selling. Yes, they have shown me I should do this, I should do that. But there are ways. It's just like somebody now saying, yeah, I am called. Okay, let me go. I have started my water work. I have started doing water work for people. What do you know you're doing for people? Do you even know what to start? Do you even know that there are steps on how to start when you even get to the river? Before I even started this my work, before I accepted this call, I don't know there is anything like Unzu. I don't know there is anything like Edo. Yes, I know Kola Nut, but I don't know about Unzu. I don't know about Edo. I don't even know that when you're doing your prayers of any sort, you first start from your Unzu. You first, before you go to your Edo, before you now go to Oji, which is your native Kola Nut, before you now come down to alligator pepper and dry gin. I don't even know. Even while going to the river, you yourself that is taking somebody to the river, we first and foremost do prayers first. Before the person, you first do prayers, then intercede on the person that you came to work, intercede on him, on his or her behalf, before the person can now be allowed to talk or speak. Without you being under a person, how do you know all this? That is why you see today we have so many spiritualists, but we have very few that can actually deliver. It is not by wearing cowries. It not be by carrying dirty tattered hair. It is not by carrying unkept hair. It is not by always tying red and white anywhere you're going to. I tell people who always see me, but you don't dress like an Asian wine. I tell them what I have in me is what matters. It is not by my physical appearance. If you're waiting for me to come and start looking dirty just because I am a priestess, just because I am an Asian wine, you go wait tired, because I am not even ready for that, and I will never be ready for that. You being a priestess does not now mean you should be known for what you can deliver. You should be known for what you can do. Like, if they give you this work, can you deliver? What can you do for people? How effective is your work? Do they get testimonies? By when you come carrying zoo, you put in this place, you put in that place, but they no say no. The Queen Mother will always have a way of announcing you. You don't need to announce yourself. You don't need to start projecting or bring. No. The Queen Mother has a way. She will do the announcement for you. So far you are called. The announcement will just come. So many people will know you even without you knowing them. As a priest, as a priestess, learn to be humble. My people will always say, Obruwatite, Obruwatozo, Sibite, Nakaye Wempompite. A person that started this work before you, a person that started this journey before you, no matter the person's age, the person must know more than you. So far, the person is on the path of truth. And why choosing a mentor? Fear asanabo nanya. This is asa. Fear asa nabo nanya. Why choosing a mentor? Igbo people will always say, Oda akilu nono aburo kosiaton. The sound of cola, no, the sound of bitter cola in the mouth is not how it's sweet. The sound of bitter cola in our mouth, no be as they take sweet. Look for the genuine person. Look for a genuine person to be your mentor. Somebody you can always fall back on. Somebody that will always be there to give you listening ears. So many priests and priestesses. So many as and work and days and wines. What they stand for is condemning their fellow spiritualists. When they bring out this one, they give you 1,000,001 reason why this is not good. They give you 1,000,001 reason why that is not good. You yourself, this is not good. And when you go to learn, when you in my place, I'm not going to ibinyaka no for. There are for you to even learn from a particular person, for a particular dibia, priest or priestess to even direct you, do this, do that, this is what to do, and that is what to do. There are processes, there are rituals, there are sacrifices that needs to be made before Ibido. The person will not give you his or her rules and regulations. Maybe you will start looking at yourself. Me will not touch money before. Me will get this right. Me will do this one. Me will not do that one. How this person go to control me? How that person go to control me? When you allow pride fill you in, you will never learn anything. 100 years, you don't know anything. You finish serving people. It's the same thing with Ndenagaba boy. People that go to serve people in businesses. Every other person can go to serve and come out successful. But you see, those people that feel that they are too big to take instructions from people, they finish serving a door, still nothing to write home about. I need you guys to be very obedient, very submissive, be humble as a person. Why going to somebody? Know that you need somebody. Know that you need a guardian. You need a mentor. Know this. You cannot do it alone as a beginner. Because this spiritual work, nobody knows it all. Nobody knows it all. Ebi makwara kikukwara. Do you even know that when it has to do with marinas, when it has to do with water, when it has to do with the Queen Mother, it is not only Ezenwoke and Ezenwanyi that we have. It is not only these two bodies, these two spirits that we have. Enwere ụmụaka mmiri, nwee ndị dada mmiri, nwee ichie nwoke mmiri, nwee ichie nwaanyị mmiri. Are you aware? A na-echizu ihe uwe echizu. Before you can be able, do you even know that there is a sacrifice that you go to do in the water, that you go with black goats? Do you know that there is a sacrifice that you go to do in the water that involves black goat? There is also a sacrifice that you go to do in the water that involves up to 14 eggs. Are you aware? Life is stage by stage, stage by stage. Before you get to that point, no be to dating. So what am I saying in essence? Please and please, as a person, learn to be submissive. Yeah, the truth is, the journey is not rosy. The journey is not a smooth one. The journey has so many obstacles, so many challenges. You can even go to learn from this your mentor. If you're going to learn from a wife, from a husband, from a man, for example, that the wife will become a shock to you. The wife will become a pin on your neck. But your ability to endure, your ability to persevere, you know what you're looking for. You know what you want. You just keep aside, this is who you are. You keep aside, this is who you are. You keep aside, I am this, I am that, I get this, I get that. You know what you're targeting. You won't remain there forever. You know that one day, someday, the story will be over. It will now be among the things you will now tell people when they come to you for one or two spiritual remedies. You will now be able to tell them, this is what I passed through, that is what you did not pass through. Them too, we also use your own case too. Gigi Jidobi. If you are going to the woman's side, let's say for her to be your mentor, at a point, definitely misunderstanding will come out. If not from her directly, maybe from the husband. But you know why you're there. You know what took you to that place. If there is no pain, there won't be any gain. If there is no pain, there won't be gain. I teach you people based on my experience so far, based on things that helped me as a person. If there is no pain, believe you me, that journey won't be successful. That journey won't be what? Successful. So whatsoever thing it may be, while with your mentor, persevere, endure, still be humble. Humility will actually pave a whole lot of way for you. There are some of you that you just know very little, just very little of spiritual work or spiritual solutions. If they touch you, you claim you know 100, you claim you know 1 million. I was opportune to go with my godfather to his godfather's place one day. Then he asked him, do you know what this leaf is used for? My godfather said no. I was looking at them, said no. Then he brought another thing too, that he has even taught me what it is used for. Even that leaf that he said no, he has already taught me what they use that leaf for. He also brought another thing too and also asked him, do you know what this one is used for? And he said no. In my mind, I am now like, why will this man be saying no now? Why will he be saying no now? Since that he already taught me what that I know. Him himself now is not saying no. Then his own godfather now said to him, Do you know why I like you very much? It's because you are very humble and smart. You are very humble and smart. Do you even know that when we get to my godfather's, let me say, my godfather, his own godfather, if we goes to his place, my godfather automatically becomes a boy, like an errand boy. If his godfather has, maybe there's this medicine that he's pounding, he will take it from him, remove his clothes and start pounding medicine. He can pound for more than 3 hours. He can pound for more than 3 hours. You see him, he start helping him run errands, bring this, bring that, bring this. He will be sending him on errands like a kid, like a boy. Then he said to him on that day, why I like you is because you are very humble. You are very humble, but very smart. I know you know what they use this for. And I also know you know what they use this for. Why did you say you don't know what they use it for? My godfather then told him that he heard from the elders that when you go to a place and they ask you, do you know what they use this for? If you say yes, that you know what they use it for, the person in question will assume you know it all. But even if you say no, you don't know what they use it for, it may be that because one leaf cures so many things. One particular leaf, that particular leaf, see, that is used for good can also be used for bad too. That particular leaf that you know that cures just malaria alone cures a whole lot of things that you are not aware of. Then he said to him that he heard from the elders that when you go to a place and they tell you, do you know what this is used for? You say no. So that in case, if the person will now tell you how they use their own, it may be that the way they use that leaf or that particular object or that particular thing is different from the way you use your own. You have not acquired more knowledge to the one you know already. Meaning, this phone, for example, now, you now know 2 ways you can use this phone. The one you know already and the one that person told you. But when you go, most of you over Sabi, I too know, maybe you're opportune to have this spiritualist friend, or you're listening to this or that in the internet, then you now feel you know it all. When you go, even before they even tell you one thing, you've already said 1,000,001 things. Say all of them. Okay, the person you came to will simply do what? Keep quiet and they will now leave you. Do you also know that when you finished mentoring, when you finish with your mentor, when you finish serving your mentor fully, he or she will do a ceremony for you, so that anything, some people, they will mark Akiri, just like this marks in my hand. Some people, they will do it for you. It will come from that your godfather or your godmother. Another spiritualist cannot do it for you. It is only one's godfather or godmother that I know that wants you to succeed. That wants you to succeed fully, because they know that your success is to their own credit. In 100 years to come, you will always refer back to them. You will always refer back to them. When you finish learning, joyously, your godfather will not come and decree upon your life. That same grace that is following him will start following you too. That same grace that is following her will also start following you. That is why I say, be careful. Be careful. Also, immediately somebody becomes your godmother or godfather, you're learning from somebody. Automatically, some of the persons, not even some, the person's element, the person's spirit, the person's element, the person in the jealousy, the deities the person is working for, automatically will also be working for you too. They will automatically also work for you too. So immediately that your godfather blesses you, if he's a godfather that has a very good star, your godfather that doesn't lack work, your godfather that is always very busy, your godfather that work comes 247, your godfather that works and he works like he delivers, he dey play, he dey show. If your godfather do 1 or 2 things together, immediately when I go begin see testimony, that is also the same grace too. You too will also carry, because his grace is also following you too, coupled with your own grace too. Everywhere Saroko, Chidemadi, Ifoma name or Maka name. Except you start going contrary to how you were before. Except if you drop it a marker. Multiple sexual partners. The spirit of Junwa Megane do orogazo. You start afresh again. And that your godfather will not even be proud to tell people, this is my daughter. Will not even be proud to tell people, this is my son. So, I think I have, to some extent, you guys understand what I said to some extent. If you're not taking anything home today, I want you to take home that you need to be tutored. You need to be guided. You need a mentor. You need somebody to direct you. You need to be under somebody so that you can even learn how to. Before, I am a very hot-tempered person, even till date. I'm a very hot-tempered person. Before, I don't used to have all the patience in the world to listen to people. I'm not gonna get that kind of time. I wanted to go straight to the point. Hit the nail on the head. Let's trash it out once and for all. I want to get plenty time. But when I was my godfather, do you even know that when I started this work newly, when I was with him, it always gets to that point when people come, they're talking, you see me, I will do before you know what is happening, I will stand up and tell him I want to go and get something. Mama, I will go and sit outside though. What's here happen now? They're coming to tell us their life story, their life history. I forgot that everybody has something. Before anybody moves, going to a spiritualist place, that person have a pressing need, something that is weighing them down, that they need somebody to listen to them, to guide them, to calm them down, to uplift their spirit. I don't know all those things before. It is now with time. Even sometimes when he's doing consultation for people, he will do and do and do. You ask this question, ask that question. He has already answered. You're still asking. He has answered. You're still asking. At a point, maybe sometimes I will even tell the people that they should wait. That will have so many people that want to do consultation for. Maybe they will go and sit outside and wait. When the people have come finished, then they can now come again. I even forget that. Who has a problem? A person that has a problem is always very curious to find solutions to their problems. So I now learned from him the spirit of passion. I can now, that is actually one of my unique virtue for now. I give people listening ears. I give people audience. I give people attention. One can now call me. I will give them listening attention for them to complain to me what exactly is their problem. Then I will now sit back, start calming them down, start uplifting their spirits, their souls, start giving them remedies and things like that. Let's say I wasn't too told. How do I now cope in this kind of work? Because a whole lot of you are like me before. A whole lot of you presently have this spirit of pepper body in them. How will you now walk and your work will be effective? Who will now bless your ways and thank to God that all is well, and immediately you go, everything will be well? Just like as I'm talking to you, I am a very busy person, like very busy person. Even from this YouTube, somebody dashed me money. She sent it through Western Union. This is like 3 weeks now. I have not gone to receive that money. 3 weeks or 1 month now. I think 1 month now or more. I have not gone to receive that money from the bank. She sent it through Western Union. I am a very busy person. If the grace did not follow me, if the grace did not come from where I was mentored, maybe I for use my own pepper body, pursue everybody where they come my way. The Indian Miri people serve, my water people serve, will even bring work for me. They will even bring people for me serve. But I will use my own bad attitude to chase them away. just because I was not taught, just because I was not guided, just because Igbo people will always say, Oburu so onye nwụrụ anwụ ka na-ekwozi olu. It is not only a dead person that they can place the neck well or place the other neck. Even people that are alive, as you're living, your neck can also be placed well. Meaning, nobody is above correction. Nobody is above mistake. We live to learn on a daily basis. And also don't forget, my people will always say, Ijiji nanaghị anụ ndụmọdụ na-esoro Igbo ozu lani banye na grave ekpuchigide ya aja. A flies that refuses to heed to the advice follows the corpse to the grave, and they will cover the flies together with the corpse, and the flies will die. I have come to the end of today's programs. I've come to the end of today's program. I know the network is very bad. The network is very bad, but it is all good. And I also apologize once more again for coming late. It is because of forces or powers that I couldn't control. Today, it has passed already. It was okay. So I went to the river. I stayed because I worked for so many people. So before I go back to the house, it was late, like literally late. I just had to rush inside, remove my clothes, put on this one, and come set my ring light so we can start. So by the special grace of Chukwu Okike Abiama, next week will be better. And I believe by next week too, the network too will also be better. Don't forget, before I go, that we have very beautiful, amazing spiritual products. We have very beautiful, amazing spiritual products. And when it has to do with any sort of spiritual consultation, spiritual solutions, you're having one or two spiritual problems, you want to do consultation, you want to know what the future holds for you, you want to know what's happening tomorrow, that business you're into, you want to know if it's in line with your destiny, if you will excel from it, what you're not doing wrong, why your business is not moving, why you're not getting job, what is happening in your life, why is your marriage shaking, why are you not bearing truth. If you want to know anything that has to do with spiritism, you want any type of consultation so far, don't forget to write me on my mobile number. And when it also has to do with spiritual material, we have very effective, amazing spiritual products. So I'll look forward to your orders, and I'll also look forward to helping you in one or two ways I can help you spiritually and physically. Kachukwu Okike Abiama, okay, we've come to today's segment. We've come to an end of today's program. I don't know if you guys have any question whatsoever. I don't know if you guys have any question. If you don't have any question, please feel very free to drop your question. Let's trash it now and here. I don't know if the network is even allowing people type today. I don't know. The network today, I don't even know if it's allowing anybody type today. I don't know. So, in the absence of any question, I'll just go for. I'll go closing offer, and we'll call it a day. Kachukwu Okike Abiama, ekekereli weke lowa. Goes you know. This new week will be a blessed week for us all. A fruitful week, a prosperous week. Every good thing that our heart desires this week will come to actualization. I pray that the universe, that our ezumezu, my own ezumezu, your own ezumezu, your own diche, your chi, direct your footsteps on how to embark on the spiritual journey. Direct your footsteps on what to do, on how to go about the right track, on what to do to get a very effective result, on what to do to be successful as a person, to enhance your spiritual life, to enhance your spiritual growth as a person. I pray that our element will guide, direct, provide for us this week. Neke, Nore, Nafo, Nankwo, N'aha Chukwu Okike Abiama, ndị ala, ndị ikuku, na ndị mmiri ise. See you guys next week Sunday.